Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Long time no see. I do apologize for no reviews there for quite a while, but this is life, and that happens sometimes. As next time I make a video explaining or just saying, no videos for a while. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into Bleach on this week's review for the weekly Shonen Jump edition. Chapters just came out today. Here and in Japan, of course, everybody's already read it. Obviously, Bleach was definitely a, definitely an attention getter this week. So let's go ahead and basically what this chapter was, it was revealing how the process of how they forge the swords from the Asauchi, and also we got to see the rest of the people there. And he doesn't just forge the sword himself; he has a whole team there. And we also got a big reveal at the end, which has everybody thinking up. And it's like, did he plan this from the beginning, or maybe not, or all kinds of really good theories being put out there. So let's just go ahead and jump in and see what my translation says, and see if things make a little bit better sense, or it's a little different from your translation, either on manga stream or like manga here or manga panda or whatever you use. Okay, so the chapter starts off with Nemaya. He's saying, "Everybody, are you ready? Welcome to my show." And we go to the next page, and we see five. We see five figures, and we see the words "Yes." And they're coming down. They're making their entrance. And what we have here, we have five women, and they are the Namaya bodyguards. Are here. I mean, yeah, this is pretty. This is a pretty funny picture right here, where he's on the ground, and you see the we have three new characters in addition to the one we've already seen. But yeah, that's a pretty funny picture to me. And we see Ichigo and his Asauchi. They're looking like, what's going on? And Amaya says, "What are you staring at?" And he's talking to the Asauchi. He says, "When I said everybody, that includes you too, Asauchi." And so he goes, and now they're beginning the process of forging Ichigo's Zanpakuto. Now this wasn't the most exciting part for everybody, because the most exciting part was at the end. But this was a very important thing that we needed to see, and I'm happy that we did get to see the forging process. And also, I think the possibilities that this, in some kind of way does correlate with Ichigo in some form or fashion, with the way some of the his bodyguards look. Okay, and they begin off with, okay, and let's see, excuse me. And so we see, huh, give me one. I forget her name at the moment, but she's spitting fire there. So she begins the process with fire, because obviously you need heat to forge. So, and we see a couple, one of the new ones that says, "I don't want to do this. What a drag. Why am I involved in this kind of mess again? What a horrible life." And we see the other one, and she's very interesting in her own right. The littlest one, she says, "What do you mean, Toki? This is your job." So they're using some kind of water during the process, and we see another one, the tallest one. She says, "Here we go," and she's using her hair. And she throws, she's throwing it up in the air. She says, okay, so she caught it. And we see here's another interesting one. Now, a lot of people did note that this one looks like Ichigo's form when he was in Mugetsu. The one who she pulls the teeth out from her mouth, and it forges, and well, it turns into a hammer, a forging hammer. And so, cause she has the wraps and the black hair. So like I say, maybe the possibilities of this correlating with Ichigo some kind of way. Um, I can definitely see it. And we go ahead and we get Namaya, and he's wrapping up his hair. He's taking his shades off, and he says, "Now let us begin." And this is chapter 540 of Bleach, and it's titled "The Sword Five." And we see a nice picture there of the Sword Five. Now, once you look at that, the picture where they have all of the five swords, we're gonna call them swordsmiths, master forgers or whatever. Look at the one at the top right. She's the littlest one. Look at her eyes. Those are the exact same eyes that the Soul, the Soul King had. So that's very interesting. I have, no idea that has to mean something, but what it means yet, you're just gonna have to wait it out and see. So we go on to the next page, and the Maya's, he has the hammer and he's handing it down, so he's beginning the forging process. What are you thinking as you watch Go Ichi? Now right here, now the way he says Ichigo's name is different. I did, as everybody noted in the other translations, he was saying, because there's different, it was Chan Ichi, when it's usually like Ichigo Chan or Ichi Chan, but he's talking differently now. But he's saying Go Ichi, and he says that maybe you didn't need to take off your sunglasses because it's bright in there. He says, "Go Ichi, you fool. If I have my shades on, how would I see the color of the flame? Have you figured it out yet, Go Ichi?" And what he's saying, the reason why this Asachi turned white the moment it touched you, he says, "No, perhaps you thought to yourself, it's just like the hollow in you. That's right, this guy is the hollow inside you. I had that Asachi become the catalyst to draw this Zanpakuto out. Do you understand what that means? This hollow is your Zanpakuto Go Ichi. The hollow named White that Aizen created is made from layers of many Soul Reaper souls. Oddly enough, that is also how my Asachi are created. That hollow entered your body and melded with your Soul Reaper powers. It became your Zanpakuto." And Ichigo is saying, "Wait a second." So then, and the Maya says, "That's right. I I know you know about the man who's been pretending to be your Zanpakuto inside your soul." And that panel, the next page, has a picture of Zangetsu. And it's back in Ichigo's, it's inside of his inner world. We've seen the buildings and everything. And Ichigo says Zangetsu. And, his eyes are closed right now. Zangetsu's eyes are closed. And the Maya says, "Go Ichi. You know that man?" "Of course I do." "He's Zangetsu." "No." The Maya says, "He isn't. Look closer. You've seen that man up close with your own eyes just recently. As the enemy who trampled the Soul Society. That man is not your Soul Reaper power. He is your Quincy power. The man you see is Yuha from 1,000 years ago." And then once we see this, soon as somebody says that, now he opened his eyes. So that's the big shocking thing about this chapter, which everybody's talking about. And we see here that the surprise where everybody noted that when we first saw Yuha Bak or Jahua Bak, however you pronounce it, like it just depends on where you're from, your dialect and everything. But we a lot of people did note that, say, "Hold on, wait a minute, this guy looks like Zangetsu." And people were questioning, like, well, did Kubo get lazy with his drawing? Is that Zangetsu? Because you hadn't seen Zangetsu obviously in so long, and it just brought up many theories that a lot of people had. So, a lot of people are happy to see that yes, that there was some point to that and a connection there. So this is what Yuha Bach looked like 1,000 years ago, back when he fought Yamamoto in that battle. So yeah, he's definitely, he has his glasses, well, his shade, like clear shades on with the coat, and you see him now. Of course, he is, his mustache and sideburns. They're all thick in the hair. He's bigger. He's a bigger guy now. So now obviously he's older, and he doesn't have those clear shades on now. And obviously, you see him draped in black. And so there has to be some sort of, I don't know what the meaning behind that is, but at least 1,000 years ago, I'm assuming that maybe he wore that as some kind of cloak, or maybe that serves as it has some special properties, or it does something, or maybe it enhances his abilities. We just don't know. I did see in a video where the King of Lightning talked about the Sclavare, and among the theories, and how, because obviously everybody is wondering, well, how, if this is his Quincy powers, and hold on, then was he just using his Quincy powers the whole time? It's just this was really exciting because it just threw everybody for a whoa, wait a minute, let me read this again and again and again, and it was very exciting. So I'll leave the theories and thoughts up to whatever you have, or whatever your thoughts are. I'm just gonna wait this out. But what I think happened is, since what we got in this chapter is that as as the King of Lightning did say in his videos, that since his hollow powers and his soul reaper powers were there from the beginning, they were one, and that's what formed his Zanpakuto. So he's always had his hollow powers and his soul reaper powers, as we just saw, because his Zanpakuto is his hollow, that is his power. Now, and obviously what I'm thinking is, obviously, probably that Sclavare and Yuha just absorbed everything, had the knowledge, everything, and, well, maybe perhaps not everything, because probably only the real Zangetsu is able to teach Ichigo the, release name and the abilities based upon that Zanpakuto, because I believe that the Getsuga Tensho it has something to do with the Shiba clan. And obviously his clan is going to play a very important part with his powers, because as we remember at Ishin, he also used Getsuga Tensho, but his Ingetsu, he says burn Ingetsu, and he has a fire type Zanpakuto, so with fire abilities. And he can also use, oddly enough, he can also use the final Getsuga Tensho during the Flash. Well, he never did use it yet, but he did train to use the final Getsuga Tensho for, whatever, but, probably just in learning and fully mastering his, one Zanpakuto. You need to know every technique, but I'm thinking that this is something to do with the Shiba clan. So, but yeah, everybody keep that in mind, that the Shiba clan, and definitely look for a brand new design with the Zanpakuto and more abilities and a lot more knowledge learned. But this is going to be very exciting. Like I say, I hope everybody had a had a great weekend. I hope everybody has a great week. Take care, and enjoy.